This week on Direct Edition, we've got them full out for solo superheroes doing their thing. We've got Invincible, The Punisher, Superman, and Hawkeye. We've also got the Secret Avengers, but they kind of ruined my intro. So whilst it's a good book, let's just move on. Welcome to Direct Edition. I'm Yara, your host for the web's freshest comic book show. This week, we've got 5 brand new books for you to check out and loads of ways for you to get involved between shows. So if you want, follow us on Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook. You can also check us out at YouTube, of course. But everything we do can be found at our fabulous blog, which you can find right here. Get involved with that and make sure that you get everybody to subscribe. Subscribe to the show. This is really important. Tell your friends, make sure they subscribe too. And if your mum's not into comic books, don't worry, get her to subscribe too. So let's get on with what we're here for, comic books. Hi, this is Hawkeye issue number 1. You may know Hawkeye from comic books such as The Avengers, The Secret Avengers, The New Avengers, and all sorts of other Avengers branded books. But now, Hawkeye has his very own solo series. And what can we expect of Hawkeye? Well, he's still working for Nick Fury, but now we get a little bit closer to Clint Barton and find out a little bit more about who he is and what he's about. And we spend a little bit more time checking out those wicked targeting skills that he has. He's got a new adversary in this book as well. An adversary with a scheme so cunning they've managed to eradicate the X gene in the vast majority of the human population, preparing the way for a huge assault on America and the West. Will Hawkeye be there to stand in their way? You better believe it. This is Hawkeye issue number 1, and you can check it out this week. So you've heard of Batman Beyond, right? Well, this is Superman Beyond issues. Whoa, hold on, wait, you ain't heard it all yet. Superman Beyond. So basically, it's the same idea as Batman Beyond, i.e. Batman Beyond, old Batman, Superman Beyond, old Superman, all right? And what's happened? Superman, he's been away for a little while. Lois died and he went off to find himself in the universe, and while he's been away, obviously all sorts of problems have been happening on Earth. And what's cool about this book is that not only has it got a really nice old school feeling art to go with the old school feeling character, there's a sort of mature melancholy about this version of Superman, and it's kind of cool. I just really enjoyed it and I loved the art on it, you know. So if you've got a kind of a hankering for that sort of thing, i.e. kind of geriatric Superman, still kicking tail well into his 70s, then you should check this out. Superman Beyond issue 70 out this week. This is The Punisher issue number 2. New creative team, same old Frank Castle dealing out the punishment to wrongdoers. Super violent, super high octane, as you would hope from a Punisher book. And while sometimes it can take a little while to kind of judge whether a writer is the right guy for a book, takes a few issues. Greg Rucka, though, has made a great start. It's very quick to find out whether an artist is up to mustard. And this guy, Marco Cicchetto, is definitely on point. Absolutely loving the art on this. It's kind of a mix of pencils, inks and watercolors, and it's very, very modern feeling indeed, but very kind of atmospheric and moody as well. Just love the art on this book, and for that reason I'd have to recommend it. But the story on this is great, and it looks like there's a really good opponent for Frank Castle to pit his skills against coming up in this series. So make sure you check out the new run of The Punisher, out now on Marvel Comics. This is the new issue of Invincible, and can you believe it? He's 82! That's right, mature superheroes must be a theme for this week. We've already seen geriatric Superman, and now we get a much more mature, thoughtful Invincible who's taking a much more considered approach to the whole job of superheroing. He's decided that maybe just punching bad guys in the face isn't necessarily the best way to solve all of the problems he faces, and it's a real interesting new direction for this character who's already been on massive, huge, universe-spanning adventures. This is a much more personal thing, and it's very, very cool. Otherwise, Robert Kirkman in this issue shows us more of Invincible's wider universe, helping to set the parameters for how he's going to be operating over the next phase of this book. It's beautifully drawn, wonderfully written, and one of the best superhero comics around. So if you've been following it, this is another essential for your box, and if you haven't, get involved. Invincible's well worth your trouble. This is Secret Avengers issue 16, and what Marvel have decided is that what the Secret Avengers really needed was a little bit of English, so they've sprinkled the English all over it in the form of Warren Ellis on writing chores and Jamie McKelvey from our very own fair city of London on the art chores. And what this new creative team bring is a whole new flavour to the Secret Avengers. It's a different feeling book with McKelvey's art, and Warren Ellis does his whole high-tech spirituality, Ghost in the Machine type of thing. Just the most fun you can have with comic books, Warren Ellis, I think, sometimes. And McKelvey's art just works beautifully with it. The ideas in the dialogue and the text are deep. The art makes everything super clear. They balance each other out, and I absolutely loved it. This is issue 16 of the Secret Avengers. It's out this week, yo. Pow! Thank you for being with us. That's about all we've got time for this week. Make sure you're with us next week when we'll be checking out even more new comics. Between now and then, yo, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. In case you weren't paying attention earlier, subscribe. And just in case I haven't made myself clear, subscribe, yo! Catch you next week. Peace.